Hello everyone, welcome to another exciting episode of Immigration for All, made possible by NORAC Global and powered by 𝐂𝐻-𝐿. I am Esra, and I am excited to be your host today, and we have an incredible discussion lined up for you. You might remember this series under a different name, but we have refreshed this Immigration for All to better reflection over our mission and delivering clear and actionable immigration guidance for everyone. And here is new feature. This session is now available at the podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, so you can listen wherever you can. Today's topic is Agriculture National Interest Waiver, NIW, a continuation of our exploration into how agricultural professionals can benefit from this unique immigration pathway. Before we dive into today's topic, a quick reminder. Feel free to share your question or comment in the comment. We will address as many as possible during or ending the session. Let's give a warm welcome to our guest speaker, Mr. Raju Mahajan, the principal attorney of Raju Law Firm. Hello, Mr. Mahajan.
Hello, good morning. How are you?
I'm good, thank you so much. It's an honor to have you. I hope everything is well.
Yeah, everything is perfect. How is everything from your end?
It is so far so good. Thank you for asking.
Perfect. Yeah. All right. So thank you very much. Without further delay, I would like to go directly to the presentation. Our today's topic is EB2 NIW for agriculturists. I would like to see the PowerPoint. So as I say in every episode that this is a live broadcast for YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, but at the same time this audio is also uploaded in podcast, Apple Podcast, and Spotify. So even though I show some PowerPoints in my video presentation, but those who are listening to our audio, please do not worry. Everything that is shown in the PowerPoint is also, I say it loudly, so you'll not miss anything from the PowerPoint. So let's go to the next slide. All right. So, today's topic is EB2 NIW for agriculturists. So you may ask me questions. So Raju, why you're talking about EB2 NIW specifically for agriculturists? Why not for other people? So the thing is, NIW is a kind of blanket application. It's an umbrella term. People from any background, like science, technology, engineering, mathematics, arts, social science, business, no matter what is your background, you can apply for NIW. There's no problem with that. If you meet the requirements, you're good to apply, no problem with that. However, based on the trend in the approval rate, we see that in certain fields, American government is more interested to approve NIW application than other fields. And based on my opinion, my experience, and I frequently talk to other attorneys. I'm actively involved with attorney communities. So based on their experience also, this is kind of our understanding that American government, they approve NIW application based on the demand, based on the market need. That's why in recent trend, like the last 6 months or 1 year, we saw that a lot of NIW got approved from agricultural background. And there's a reason for that. It's not just random. We can definitely, from this data, we can definitely come to a conclusion that America is in huge need for agriculturists. And that's why I decided to make this presentation specifically for agriculturists, just to give the emphasis, kind of motivate you to apply for NIW, because there's a better chance for agriculturists to get NIW approved compared to other professionals like accountants or finance professionals or marketing professionals. I do not want to say anything bad about those professionals. All I wanted to say is that those who have background in agriculture, especially the science of agriculture, like if you have background in research and similar kind of work experience in agriculture, you have a better chance of getting NIW approved compared to people from the other fields. That's why I am dedicating this entire presentation to agriculturists from all over the world. And please do not think that people only from America and the folks who graduated from American universities are only eligible for NIW. That's not true. People from all over the world, you can apply for NIW. And especially if you have background in certain fields where there is a huge demand for American workforce, then you have a better chance of getting NIW approved. So these are the current problems in American, agricultural field. Number one, high inflation. You already know that, in last election, Donald Trump versus Kamala Harris, inflation was a big issue. And that's why many people say that, Kamala Harris, she lost the election because of the high inflation, product prices so high. And one of the main reason product prices, especially agricultural produce price, is so high because of the lack of workforce in agricultural field. If America can produce more agricultural products in a less expensive way, then the product price in the grocery store will definitely go down. So that's one of the very important information at this moment. Also, there's a huge demand for organic and healthy produce. You already know that, this is the kind of trend. Everybody wants to, be healthy, eat healthy food. People more and more eat organic produce. So what happens is previously, agricultural goods, especially produce, can come from like a long distance foreign countries, like an African continent, South American continents, Asian continents. But because, people demand organic food, it's very difficult to bring let's say, lettuce from Brazil, or some like other kind of agricultural produce, some banana or other produce from a long distance foreign country, because since it's organic, it's very perishable and it get rotten very fast. That's why America needs to produce those kind of organic and healthy produce in America to meet the market demand. Also, there's a high labor shortage in US agriculture, and also, all these things, if you can just Google it, you will get a lot of data, a lot of news link from very reliable source, like, New York Times, Washington Post, different research organizations, federal government data, state government data. All I'm saying here is online. I got everything from Google. So you can also search it and you'll find all the information. There's a huge labor shortage in US agricultural fields. Also, climate change has a huge impact in American agricultural field. Soil erosion, depletion of underground water, and many other things. I'm not going that detail. You can just Google it. So climate change has a huge impact on American agricultural field, and that's also another reason the product price is so high. Production cost went up, and production amount went down. Also, this is another thing. Trump said that he's going to deport all undocumented people. I don't know whether he will be able to do it or not, but even if he deports half of undocumented people, let me tell you, 4.5% of American entire workforce is undocumented population, and 42% of American agricultural workforce is undocumented. Just imagine if half of this population got deported, then there'll be a huge shortage for US workforce in agricultural field. That's why America needs a lot of people in agricultural fields. And that's why I want all the agriculturalists in this world who qualify NIW to apply for NIW, get green card, come to America, work in American agricultural field legally, and then you help America. You help your, you help yourself, help your family, help your own country, and also you help America as a whole by producing more healthy organic produce. Next slide, please. That's why, that's the reason I'm making a special presentation on EB2 NIW for agricultural people, agriculturists. So just to give you a big picture idea, so there's two different kinds of agricultural employments in America, especially for immigrants. One is a non-immigrant category. It's called H2A. I'm not going that detail into H2A today. I just want to tell that this is a non-immigrant category, meaning you're not going to get green card under H2A. Also, the term limit for 3 years at a time. After 3 years, you have to go back to your home country, and then you have to come again for a job in agricultural field, like in a farmhouse or somewhere. So I'm not going that detail into H2A today. I'll probably make another video another time, but not today. And the second category is immigrant categories, meaning you're going to get green card under these categories. So NIW is one of those. EB3 is another major category for green cards under EB for agricultural field. And also there are some others like EB1 and other things, but I'm not going that detail. So our today's focus is NIW for agriculturists, meaning those who are educated in agricultural field. Oh, by the way, I forget to define who is the agriculturist. So there is a lot of people, they misunderstand. So what is the difference between farm workers and agriculturists? So this is a very fundamental question. Farm workers are who they actually work in the field. They do not have any education. They do not have any background, especially skilled background, like you do not have any research background or any scientific background in agriculture, you just work in the field as a day laborer, you are farm worker. On the other hand, who are educated, especially in science field, like agriculture science field, you have experience in research or other kind of work that requires extensive knowledge and training, they are agriculturists. So please do not misunderstand. To be qualified for NIW, you must be an educated person. You cannot be like a farm worker and apply for NIW. Theoretically, you can, but it's very highly less likely that it will be approved. So our target audience for this presentation is folks with a degree in education. And I'm going to talk more about that in next slide, but I'm just telling you who are our target audience for today's presentation. Next slide, please. All right, so benefits of NIW-based green card application, and this is kind of very generic talk for all NIW applications, especially for agriculture fields too. So number one, employer not required. So to apply for NIW, you do not need a job. Like let's say you are from Turkey or you are from South Africa. You are working in South Africa as an agriculturist in your country. You never been to America, you have no job here in America, you can still apply for NIW. It's a self-application, meaning you can apply by yourself. Of course, you can take help from attorney or other people, but you do not need a job. So this is really a good things about NIW application. The next one is it's a comparatively faster process. Since you can apply, you can do everything by yourself with the help of a professional like me. Everything is very faster. Like if you ask me how long it may take to get green card from very beginning to very end, I would say probably 2 years to 3 years. Compared to other fields, it's way shorter. So this is a really good thing. Number three, you can get green card not only for you, for your entire family. So this is another good thing for NIW. Also, this is a safer job market. Many of you already know that in American IT field, there's a huge layoff going on. Almost every day I get news from different companies that they are laying off IT professionals. At this moment, IT job market is not that stable. On the other hand, agricultural job market is very stable. In fact, there's a huge demand. I do not know anybody who has a degree in agriculture and unemployed at this moment. That's why this is a really good field to apply for NIW, and this is NIW is a really good tool to get green card based on your education and experience. Next slide, please. All right, so now I'm going to talk about basic things about NIW. Many of you may already know. If you know it, that's great. If you do not know it, that's okay. I'm just going in a very short description about all the points. And again, we have a YouTube channel and other podcast area. We have a lot of videos about NIW. In our YouTube channel, probably we have 35, 40 videos. If you watch those videos, you have a better understanding of all this thing. But I'm just talking short about all these points so that you have a basic understanding of NIW. So when you apply for NIW, you have to write a proposed endeavor. And this is the most important point in entire NIW application. Many people call it the backbone of NIW application, and I 100% agree with that. So my point is, no matter you're from agricultural background, science, technology, literature, arts, or business, any background, doesn't matter. If you apply for NIW application, please make sure that your proposed endeavor is the best possible within your capacity. The better proposed endeavor you can have, the better chance your NIW application will be approved. And I have a totally separate video about proposed endeavor, 15-minute long video. I describe everything. I strongly advise you, please go see that video or listen to that audio. You'll have a better understanding. So in short, in proposed endeavor, you must mention that your work, and that can be research, that can be work, that can be any entrepreneurial initiative, whatever you do, it must benefit the entire America or probably the entire world. That's even better. But please make sure that it at least benefits the America as a whole. You cannot say that my work is going to benefit XYZ corporation, or let's say the state of Iowa or the state of Nebraska. That's not going to help you getting NIW approved, because this is not a Iowa interest waiver. It's not a Nebraska interest waiver. By the way, Iowa and Nebraska are just two states in America, if you do not know it. So I'm just joking, right? Meaning, your proposed endeavor must reflect the benefit of the America as a whole. And that's why I strongly recommend folks to focus research in your proposed endeavor. Even though you have no research background, that's okay. If you have a master's degree in agricultural science, and if you have work experience, let's say 5 years of work experience, if you even never did research in your previous life, that's totally okay. You can always start research work in future because you have a degree, you have experience. So I strongly encourage folks to focus on research in your proposed endeavor. However, if you're not comfortable with that, that's totally okay. You can focus on the work, like a future work, but your work must benefit the America as a whole. So this is really important for NIW application. All right, the next point is degree and background. As I said, you must have a degree. And I strongly encourage folks who already has a master's degree. So if you have a master's degree in agriculture and some work experience, research or work experience, you are going to easily get approved for NIW. And I personally encourage you to apply because we really need folks in agricultural field. Also, if you have a scholarship, fellowship, grant in agricultural field, those are really going to help you. If you have no scholarship, fellowship, or grant at this moment, do not worry. Try to get some. Try to apply for those scholarships, fellowships, grants, and try to get it. One question I always get, hey, if I want to get all these things, it may need another 6 months or 1 year. Should I wait for that, or I should apply for NIW as soon as possible? My answer is always, please wait. It's way better to wait, get ready, get prepared, and then apply for NIW rather than applying tomorrow and getting rejected, right? Because you're going to spend a significant amount of time, money, and energy. And after that, if your application gets rejected, you're just losing everything. You'll be upset. I do not want you to be upset. I want you to take time, get everything ready. Your profile is the best possible within your background, and then you apply for NIW. That will give you a better outcome in terms of time, money, and energy, right? So again, I have a total separate video about how to get ready for NIW. If you watch that video or listen to that audio, I believe you'll be heavily benefited from that presentation. Next point, professional membership. You know that in America and pretty much all over the world, there's a professional organizations in every field. So let's say American Association of Agriculturists or American Agricultural Scientists Association or something like that. You can Google it, you'll find it. If you're from South Africa or Turkey or Bangladesh, India, Nepal, Sri Lanka, Pakistan, I'm pretty sure in every country, there are some professional organizations and you have to be member of that organization. And sometimes people ask me question, should I just be like a paid member, like a simple member, or I need to be more active? My answer is the more active you are, the more involved with are, the better for your NIW application. So if you are let's say vice president of a chapter or president of a chapter or organizing secretary of a special project, that is very important for your application. So that's definitely going to help you compared to just a simple member doing nothing, right? So that's very important. Also, any proven exceptional abilities in your field. So anything that comes in agricultural background, like attending conferences, receiving an award, or some kind of recognition by your government or any private sector or anything, everything is going to help you. The last point in this PowerPoint presentation I'm saying is the recommendation letters. Recommendation letters are not mandatory. Many people ask me question, hey, is it mandatory? The answer is no, it's not mandatory. However, it's really, really helpful. And the better recommendation letter, the more specific recommendation letter, the better written recommendation letter you can get is good for you. By the way, one information I should share with you at this moment, please do not generate anything with AI. Because USCIS has a mechanism to detect your AI generated documents. They will detect it immediately and they are going to return your application. Please do not generate any document, any information with AI. Even if you do it, you have to paraphrase it, you have to rewrite it in your own way and then submit to us and submit to USCIS. Otherwise, there's a big chance your application will be rejected. Next slide, please. All right, so I already described the basic points of NIW, and again you can watch my other videos and listen to other audios, and you have a better understanding. So green card application under NIW has 2 steps. One is called I-140. So far everything I said is for I-140, and once your I-140 is approved, you have to wait for a time. It depends on the visa bulletin. At this moment, almost 1 year waiting time, but down the line it may increase, it may decrease, it may remain the same. Nobody knows. Department of State publishes a document called Visa Bulletin, and you have to follow it every month to see how speedy way it is getting progressed. And many people predict it is going to, do faster, slower, or blah, blah, blah. All those are just prediction. It's not depending on any data. There is no data. There is no data to predict whether what is going to happen in next Visa Bulletin edition. We don't know. So that's why I try not to predict anything, because my prediction is not going to help you. Bottom line, after I-1 code is approved, you have to wait for your priority date to be present in the Visa Bulletin, and then you go to the second step. If you are within America at this moment, you apply for I-485. If you are in a foreign country at this moment, you need to go through the IVP, Immigrant Visa Petition. Many people call it consular process. Either way, you have to go through the US Embassy in your home country or local area. So that's the second part. Again, I'm not going that detail into these things at this moment. Probably, I'll talk sometime later, or if you go to our YouTube channel or other place, you'll get a lot of information about that. Next slide, please. All right. Thank you very much. That was my presentation for the entire, NIW application for agriculturists. Bottom line, there's a huge demand for agriculturists here in America. I encourage everyone, if you have a master's degree and some work experience in agriculture, you have a very high chance of getting NIW approved. And if you need more information in terms of price and other thing, you can go to our website. Our website information is mentioned here. Go to our website. You'll get information regarding price and everything there. Thank you so much for joining us today. Going back to Esra.
Mr. Mahajan, thank you so much. It was very packed with valuable insight. I really appreciate, and I hope it will deliver it who it needs. And again, thank you for NORAC Global and 𝐸𝐻, and appreciate to you. Do we have question? If we have question, I would love to deliver it to you. If not, I know you have another schedule you need to go.
Yeah, I have a court hearing. I have to go after this. So if there's no question, thank you everybody for joining today. And Esther, I'm letting you take over. And I think there's an immigration news presentation today. Yes. So I'm going, and I'm leaving. So bye everyone.
Again,
have a wonderful
thank
day.
You so much. It was great. Thank you. Before saying goodbye, we would love to give a quick glance of the major immigration news update for this week.
Welcome to the latest episode of Weekly Immigration News by Raju. This week, we brought to you 4 latest developments in the immigration arena. Let's start with the headlines. USCIS revised Form I-485. AI playbook for immigration processing. Bill to deport unauthorized immigrants. Permanent increase of the automatic extension. Let's get into details. USCIS released a revised Form I-485 on December 10, 2024, with updates effective from February 10, 2025, requiring the new edition. Key changes include mandating Form I-693 submission with Form I-485 when applicable, integrating Form I-864W exemptions into Form I-485, clarifying questions on public charge inadmissibility, and streamlining instructions to reduce applicant burden. Form I-864W is discontinued. Next up, the Department of Homeland Security has unveiled a new guide for implementing artificial intelligence in U.S. immigration services. The playbook details how AI will enhance processing efficiency across several critical areas, such as AI development, partnerships, and safeguards. However, with an upcoming political transition, the future of these initiatives remain uncertain, potentially impacting immigrants' employers and families. Moving on, the House passed a bill aimed at deporting undocumented immigrants charged with nonviolent crimes, garnering bipartisan support 264 to 159. Named after Laken Riley, a nursing student killed by an undocumented migrant previously charged with shoplifting, the legislation broadens the range of offenses that can result in detention and deportation. Some Democrats responding to political shifts have supported the bill, emphasizing the need for measures to tackle immigration issues. Finally, Department of Homeland Security announced a final rule effective January 13, 2025, permanently increasing the automatic extension period for certain EAD renewals from 180 to 540 days for eligible non-citizens with timely file applications. This change reduces employment gaps, supports U.S. businesses, and strengthens the economy. The rule aligns with USCIS's efforts to reduce EAD processing times, streamline adjudication, and enhance workforce stability, benefiting both employers and eligible workers. It applies retroactively to renewal applications filed on or after May 4, 2022.
Thank you for our wonderful audience for tuning in and engaging with us and making this session lively and interactive. Here is a little heads up. Our next live session will be the same time next week's 11 a.m. in US and 10 p.m. in Bangladesh. Be sure to make your calendar. Until then, have an amazing week and hopefully see you next week.